This is blog post number 3 in my weight loss surgery journey, my bariatric surgery journey. Today, as I'm filming this, is April the 28th. I began this journey over a month ago, probably about 6 weeks now. First recommended by my doctor in February, end of February. And today I took a big step forward in going through with my weight loss journey. Now, let me kind of update you on everything that's going on. I'm going to try to keep this post pretty short tonight. First of all, I've been going through my appointments. I'm not sure exactly what the last appointment was that I'd done. When I did a post, I think it was after I had met with one of the physicians. But in the last few weeks, I've had the appointment with the physician, the doctor who's kind of like the family practitioner in Southern Surgical, who schedules all your appointments, and she does your blood work and sets up your tests and all of those things. Her name is Dr. Johannes. And then since then, I have done. I've been to the nutrition class. I have been through the stress test, that had the cardiac test, and the pulmonary test. Boy, those were a pleasure. Let me tell you, if you've never had a stress test, I would say everybody needs to do one, but I'm not so sure. But anyway, did those. I have been through the psychological evaluation, and I got to come home the same day. So past that, I guess, he gave me his recommendation to move forward. Then today was the next big step in the process. I had my endoscopy. Now, because my body mass index is above 50%, which is one of the major reasons that we're going through this bariatric surgery journey, because my body mass index is above 50%, they had to do the endoscopy rather than at the doctor's office. I had to go through the procedure at the hospital. So I had to check in the hospital today down at Vidant Medical Center in Greenville, and checked in there, and they took me back to the section for GI, gastrointestinal area, and did all the prep work, put the IV in, all the heart monitors and breathing and all of that other stuff, and went through the whole process as if I was going through major surgery. Did all that fun stuff. And then after about 45 minutes or an hour, then they wheeled me back to the procedure room. And I was a little nervous, I have to be honest with you. My blood pressure was up quite a bit because I wasn't sure what to expect. Never been in the hospital. I've never spent a night in the hospital. I've only had one minor outpatient procedure, and that was 24 years ago, something like that. So I've never had any cause to stay all night in the hospital. So I was a little nervous, a little apprehensive. My blood pressure was up when I first got there. But they finally took me back into that procedure room, and they gave me some sleepy time medicine. They said, we're going to ask you a few questions, and then before you know it, you'll wake up in your room. And I was talking, and that was it. I don't remember anything else. They put this thing in your mouth, strapped it around your head. It was what they use as the guide to run the endoscope down your throat, look around your throat, and your esophagus, your stomach, upper part of your intestines. And when they put that thing on, the next thing I remember is Lana was saying, "Matt, wake up." I was back in the room. Weirdest feeling in the world to lose. And it wasn't but about 20 minutes maybe at the most. And anyway, so I did all right with that. Doctor said he found one little hiatal hernia, nothing to worry about. Did a little biopsy that they're going to check just to make sure everything was okay, but went all the way down into my stomach and lower intestine or upper intestine, and everything was fine. So basically all I have left now is I just have to do a compliance thing that I have a sleep apnea CPAP machine that I'm using it. So I'm back in the process of wearing that CPAP machine. And I do not like it at all. I never have been able to use it. It's been, gosh, 10 years now. And it's never been a big part of my life. But I'm having to use the CPAP machine. So in the next week or two, I'll have to turn in some paperwork of compliance of me using the CPAP machine. It's just so they can look at my breathing and everything. They're not going to say, oh, bad guy, you haven't been using your machine. They're going to read everything. There's an SD card that goes into that CPAP machine. And so they're going to read all of those things and see where I'm at with my breathing while I'm sleeping. All right, I am getting a lot of exercise in. As I think I've told you in a previous video, I did join a local golf course here. They had a good special for joining the golf course. And so I've been playing golf and been walking. And I think one day this past week, I ended up with almost 14,000 steps, which was well over 6 miles that I walked in one day. I'm getting most days 5,000 to 7,000 steps. On days that I'm able to go walk and play golf, I get anywhere from 10 to, as I said, 14,000 steps a day. So trying to do that. I've got to get started on the weights. I have sitting here looking at the Total Gym. I've got to get back on it, start building some lean muscle so that when I start losing weight, the skin don't sag too bad. But trying to get some good exercise in. We planted our garden, so we're going to be able to work in the garden. We've been working in the yard and all kinds of stuff. And of course, the weather's starting to get absolutely wonderful here in Eastern North Carolina. So basically, I'm done. The next big step in the process is meeting with my surgeon, who is Dr. Naziri. He is one of the 2 physicians in the Southern Surgical group. He and Dr. Chapman. Dr. Chapman is one who did my endoscopy today, and when he was talking to me, he asked me how far along in the process I was. I said, this is my last thing. And he said, well, if that's the case, if everything goes according to plan, he said, you'll probably be having surgery within 2 to 3 weeks. So till I get my compliance done with the sleep apnea, with the CPAP machine, don't know where I'll stand with that. But we're looking more than likely that I'll be doing my surgery by the end of May. Here we are, April the 28th. So by the time I do my compliance with the CPAP machine, meet with Dr. Naziri, it takes about 2 weeks to get approval from the insurance. And once they get approval, they'll schedule the surgery, and it's within just a few days. So if everything goes to plan, the insurance still stays on board. And Dr. Chapman said today, he said, oh no, he said they should hop right on board and be ready. So if everything goes according to plan and there are no hiccups, we're looking at the surgery to be before June. Now, if there is any hiccups, of course, I'll do a blog to let you know that there's a pause in the process or whatever's going on. But as for now, looking at the procedure taking place sometime in May. So that's coming up pretty quickly. So that's where we stand, going through all those tests. And what was so funny was they called me last week, told me I had to have a COVID test. Even though I've been vaccinated, they told me I had to have a COVID test before I could do the endoscopy procedure today. So they wanted me to come on Sunday morning. That's when they do their testing. And I was like, can't do it, not going to happen. I need to know what I can do. They said, well, if you can get one in your area, because it's an hour and a half to the hospital. They said, if you can get one in your area on Sunday or Monday, then we'll accept that. So nobody does any testing on Sunday because everything's closed except for pharmacies. And I could not go to a pharmacy to have a test. So I called around. I can't tell you how many phone calls I made looking for a COVID test. It's amazing that you can't find a COVID test anymore. Craziest thing in the world, unless you're having symptoms. But finally, my doctor's office, even though they don't normally do it, they agreed to do a COVID test for me, the rapid test. So they scheduled me for that on Monday. Went and had the COVID test. Oh, it was horrid. That precious little nurse stuck that thing. I believe she was scratching my brain with that Q-tip or whatever it is they stick up your nostrils, and it was brutal. But I was negative anyway. So went through that process, went down today. Not much communication between the hospital or the surgeon's office and me about what to do, how to prepare for this thing today. But in any case, I got down there. On the way down, phone rang. Somebody called. Just want to make sure you're coming today for your procedure. Did you have your COVID test? Now, they had faxed the COVID test on Monday. Apparently, it did not get passed to the right place. So anyway, the guy on the other line said, bring your COVID test results if you have them. If you've been vaccinated, yes, I've been vaccinated. Bring your vaccine card, even though several places in the hospital, including the endoscopy unit, don't accept vaccine, which I've got a issue with all of that. Anyway, but so I got down there, had my vaccination card, had my COVID test. Nobody asked for it. Never had a soul when I got to the hospital asked for either one. So I was a little frustrated over that. But in any case, everything went fine today. Come back home. Of course, it's Wednesday evening. They told me to take the evening off, don't do anything. So came home and, of course, took a nap. I went from 7 o'clock yesterday evening until after the procedure. So it was about 3 o'clock today before I got to eat anything. And so we ate on the way home, come home and napped pretty good. And then I've been up this evening and had a little bit of supper and ready to get my day going tomorrow. Don't have any side effects whatsoever. A little bit hoarse in my throat, but not too bad. So here's where we are. Ready for the surgery. Once I turn my compliance in, I can also have my local physician say he's told me that he's using his CPAP machine. I called the doctor today, but they were really busy, so hopefully my family physician can do that, send a compliance thing in that he's using his CPAP machine again. And then I'll have to send some results, I'm sure, down there as well. So there's where we are, moving right along in the process. What I'm asking folks to pray about is the whole insurance thing, that they don't put a pause on anything. They don't have a waiting period anymore. They canceled that waiting period 2 years ago, but I do know someone that has Blue Cross Blue Shield, just somebody in our community here that they put a 6-month pause on them. I'm just asking folks to pray that they won't put a pause on anything, that insurance will be on board and get me in, ready to go with the surgery. Now, once we get to the surgery part, I'm just doing these. My chair's squeaking a little bit. Sorry about that. Once I get all of these pre-op stuff done and head towards surgery. Right now, these are just updating you about where I'm at in the process. I'll be showing some other pictures, showing you where I was when I got started, showing you pictures from the past of what I used to look like when I was a thinny mini. I mean, just a skinny guy growing up. And then I'll be posting pictures along the way. So excited about the journey. Hope you're excited with me, for me, praying for me in this process, praying for Lana. She's going to have to take care of me for a few weeks. Pray for the change of lifestyle that I have to face with going through, the change in eating and all of those things. But looking forward to a healthier life and losing all this weight. I believe I told you before the doctor said she thinks that I'll probably bottom out somewhere around 195 pounds. So that's about 165 pound weight loss. I told somebody the other day when we were talking about this, I said, I'm twice the man I used to be and can't wait till I'm half the man I am. So that's where I'm at in this process. So it's going to throw my schedule off. I've got plans on going to Southern Baptist Convention in June in Nashville, Tennessee, but I've already canceled my reservations there because just believing, trusting that I'll have this surgery soon. Got some other meetings coming up, but nothing serious that I can't get out of. I got my deacons lined up. They're going to be filling the pulpit for a couple of weeks while I'm on light duty. They're going to take turns in the pulpit, giving their testimony, speaking from the scriptures. Excited about that process as well. So just keep us in your prayers. We're going to keep you informed on everything that we're doing. And God bless you. If you want to, you can leave some comments down in the little comment section there. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can hit subscribe or like or whatever and keep up with these videos. This is number 3. and hopefully we have some more coming in rapid succession in the next few weeks. So God bless you. Thank you for watching this, and we'll talk to you on down the road.